How are you all? So I'm talking to ambassadors, all future ambassadors. So you all are the newbies. So you all will be the newbies doing this. Like that little Michael Jackson dance, walking backwards and stuff. So nice to meet you. Oh, Ambassador Rookie Training. I love it. I just read that. And I know several of you, and it's kind of really nice to see you front and center, Kimberly. So just a little bit more about me. I'm Assistant Dean for the College of Business, as was stated. I'm also the Director of Business Advising, so I'm the only Assistant Dean that has both of those roles. I'm also a faculty in residence in Tenoska, and I'm pretty excited I'll be moving to South Campus Plaza. And also too, I'm very proud to be a part of the College of Business because we just got a $25 million endowment, and the only college that has a naming and single donation of that size, which means that there's going to be a lot of things in the upcoming, in the future that we're going to be able to do possibly a little bit differently. So just in your handouts, I just want to make a note that the study abroad dates on there are not correct, so they will be changing soon. Our website is actually just being revamped, but what we're trying to do is to make sure that for our prospective students and parents, that they can go to our website and really get a little bit of everything that we would give them in paper. One of the things that for the grad side, which you're not going to necessarily have to worry about, but we even have informational videos and dates for prospective students on there. We're going to actually start incorporating Adobe Connect of videos, informational videos and things like that on our website for undergrad. One of the things that we also want to do that's brand new is our College of Business Council, which you know every college has their own council. Our council came up with a really awesome video that they put together, and we're going to have that on our website as well because we think that, one, it will help our current students understand more about what the council does, who the members are, but also for prospective students to see that. I think it also really adds value to the college. So the college has 8 majors. We have several minors, and I know I should know them off the top of my head. We have several specializations as well, which I've included all of that in those handouts. But I want to kind of get a little bit more to some of the more nuts and bolts things that I talk about, sort of that orientation, and what have been some of the things that people have asked about the most. So I think if I give you that, it might add a little bit more value to what's already there. One of the exciting things that we just started, and we're a little behind, I'd say, the curve of other universities, or particularly College of Business, schools of business, is we just started an online full major, and it's called General Business, but it's an online program that we just started. So if you have specific questions about that, I can answer it, but we have all of the information, as well as FAQs on our website for that. Because a lot of people have different questions. Well, if you take that, can you also take another course? Now, if you're in that major, you are in that major. If you were taking online courses, you cannot just go ahead and get like a second major or something. And it's going through the College of Extended Studies as well. So this is something that we did for one particular reason, well, several reasons. Several students that are military find that this is a better option for them. Sometimes we have students that have started in the College of Business and really never finished and want to kind of come back, but they don't have the time to come back to the university. So this would be another option for them. It's a little bit more expensive than just being a student coming in at the very beginning. You can't come in as a transfer to this program. You have to start in as a native student to this program. So those are some of the basic questions that are asked, but at least we do have a program. Now we're going to look at how we extend that in the coming years. We have about 5,100 undergraduate students. And there's a, for some reason it's not coming up here, but I'm not worried about that. don't know what happened to it, Frankie, but that's okay. We have about 5,100 students. Dang. Actually, it gives you a little bit kind of information of the majors and stuff. One of the things that a lot of students ask about is our entrepreneurship program. It's kind of getting a reputation as being one of the best of any of the CSUs. And with the $25 million endowment, a certain aspect of it is going to be going towards even beefing up the entrepreneurship program more so than it is now. So we plan on doing some amazing things in that program. I'm trying to think of what else would be very important for you to know. Yeah. It's kind of weird that you're being reported about stuff that you speak about every day. So this is the one thing that comes up a lot. We do have an impaction criteria for students to get into upper division. And I am the one that has to be the most strict about that. So it's 2.9 GPA, 60 units, and 9 prep courses that you have to pass. The part of it that tends to be where I'm not as lenient is the 2.9 GPA. And that's sometimes where students get stuck, or where transfer students have the most questions about. So it's a 2.9 GPA, 60 units, and 9 prep courses to be declared upper division. I don't know what else is great about us. We have our own designated person for study abroad, which you see there. We are beefing up our study abroad program and our faculty-led programs. That's something that our director, Teresa Donahue, is starting to work on a lot more, so that we extend the amount of places that students can go, but make sure that they can go there and that the courses that they take there line up specifically with their major, and not just GEs, because we don't really have control of that. But we're doing a lot more with making sure that it actually fits with their major so that they can be on time to degree. Another thing that's coming up a lot that people ask about, particularly family members, are 4-year, 5-year, 6-year graduation rates. So, and this might not be something that you really need to know, but you can find the information. But our graduation rates are higher than national graduation rates for 4 years. It's still around a little under the 50% mark, which isn't anything to brag about, but considering nationally it's around 39%, we're not doing bad. And what we are trying to do is make sure that we keep students on track to try to graduate in 4 years, but at least to have an understanding of why they're not. In an effort to do that, one of the things that we are really proud of is we're the only college that has a full-fledged advising center. So our advising center is open 5 days a week, including in the summer. So we have the opportunity to see students all year round. Where some of the colleges, there's problems with having advising over the summer because you have to pay, a lot of times you have to have faculty that are willing to work over the summer or others. So that's one of the great things about our program. Our retention is extremely high because our students we probably see about 6,000 students annually. Some of those, are repeats and things like that. But for the spring and for the summer, we did a count of about 4,000 students that my peer advisors and my advisors see. One of the things that we're trying to do right now is I'm actually asking my staff to look at how we advise in a little bit of a broader way. So we're looking at, if anybody were to ask you about the advising in College of Business, we're looking at what we can do better for freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors, because each group has their own unique needs. That's one thing we're doing differently. Also, too, we're revamping our website to include e-advising, so that prospective students can go to our website and get all of the prospective and current students can go to the website and get all the information that they need to know about advising. Because a lot of times prospective students, particularly those transferring in, have a lot of information that they just want to get, but they also want to understand how they can be advised to have the right classes and things like that. So we'll be providing all of that information on the website so that they don't have to just try to call. And so before I just kind of go on and try to find things to just input, is there anything that you're interested in knowing that maybe I haven't talked about, maybe other assistant deans have even covered, which would be helpful? Yes.
You mentioned the advising center. Where is that located?
Located in the education, EDA, room 448. And it might, if it's not in your flyer, I apologize, but it should be there. And you need the telephone number? Yes, I don't know
Yeah,
why
because that
it's-
is on the grade sheet.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Any other questions?
You have one back here.
Do you have any unique clubs or organizations?
Oh, good one, thank you. I knew there was something really, I was talking about the council. I'm sorry, I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be checked out, but on some real, I'm really checked out. Yeah, so we have 19 student organizations, and thank you for bringing that up, thank you, I need help. 19 student orgs, and all of the student organizations match up with a major, which is what most, I think, councils have. And our student organizations have been really, really successful in helping students to pick majors. And that's really what we're pushing more of, is that they not only provide these great services and this sense of belonging and sense of collectiveness, but that they also know how to talk to students about this being the right major, or maybe not the right major for them. So we've been working a lot with our council to make sure that our student organizations are knowing how to speak that language as well, understanding that particularly freshmen, some might be undeclared, they're all pre-business. All students that come in are pre-business. They all take the same classes in their freshman and sophomore year. But what we're trying to do a little bit more of is to make sure that they use those 2 years in an exploratory way and go to as many of the student organizations as they can to make sure that this might be something for them. But just going isn't enough if the student orgs don't understand that their responsibility is also to help students to figure out where their path should be or might be. Good question, thank you. What else, Kim? See, it's terrible when you know me. Yeah. Kids call you out. I'm coming for you too, man.
One thing that you think is necessary to share with students about the College of Business?
I think that our ranking in the top 5 of business schools in California, and I forget our ranking in the CSU. We are one of the top business schools in the country. I think it's also very helpful to know that we are an endowed college. We are a named college. We are called now the Fowler College of Business Administration, which is also somewhat prestigious, because as having that kind of money, you can now put the money aside to get the best quality of professors in the country, if not in the world. Part of that endowment is going to go to scholarships, and we want to be able to offer students scholarships that not only are merit, but also are need, and provide that opportunity to students who might not otherwise be able to go to college, and particularly College of Business. Excellent question, Kimberly, thank you. I owe you one. That's it for dinner.
Question, is entrepreneurship only a minor? Or
It's a major.
It's a major too?
Yes, entrepreneurship is a major in the management department.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is a minor as well.
I was just wondering, what's a couple examples of some student organizations?
Sure. One that I'm very proud of and that I started is the Black Business Society. That's one. We also have we have, business fraternities, sororities, fraternities, as well with 3. We also have Entrepreneurship Society, Real Estate Society, American Marketing Association, SHRM, Society of Human Resource Management, which is part of a national, international organization, one of the oldest in the country for what they do. Do you want me to go on?
No, I'll
Okay.
just give an idea.
Yeah, the Financial Investment Society, some pretty cool organizations. Great. Tristan, any questions?
Is there any business specific tutoring